and not die of lead poisoning.
How is he not to see how this cycle continues is preposterous?
Whoa.
A black boy.
Okay. Of all the spoken word poetry or rap reactions I've ever done on this channel, this one right here is the most anticipated. All right, I've been so excited for this one ever since I heard it was coming out. All right, Brandon Leake and Black Chakra, I've reacted to both on my channel multiple times. These two spoken word artists came together to make a spoken word album called Level. And the goal for these two is to use this album to get a Grammy. All right, spoken word artists getting a Grammy? Like, come on, y'all, they trying to really put spoken word on the main stage. They're trying to make it mainstream, you feel me? And this poem specifically is called Black Boy Born Beretta. All right, Beretta, I think it's like, has something to do with guns. And so when I looked at the description for the video, it said, it's talking about how black men in America are kind of weaponized, you know what I'm saying? Seen as a threat, seen as dangerous. So I'm assuming the video is gonna be something along those lines. And y'all know me, I'm a sucker for alliteration. If you've been on this channel for a while, I love alliteration. So Black Boy Born Beretta, Brandon Leake, and Black Chakra, you know what I'm saying? A lot of B's in there. Oh, and last thing, if you have not submitted to the Youngblood poetry contest, this is the second one we've done this year. Make sure you do so. The deadline is Thanksgiving Day, so you have over 2 weeks to do it. Make it happen, y'all. I'm really excited to see what y'all got. 11:59 is the deadline, all right? If you have any questions or you want to know the submission guidelines, all that can be explained in the card right there. All right, without further ado, let's get started.
My grandma told me I got lungs like my grandfather, loud as a shotgun in the quiet of the night. She don't say this as no compliment though, instead as a warning shot. Cause for being too loud, black boys get mutilated.
After the age of 8, because of my weight, I looked bigger, thus older, and for me that was fine. But to a large amount of the world at 9, I became a 9mm.
Oh, whoa. Okay, so two things here. One, black men, or black boys specifically, being too loud is being too threatening, right? So that's what Brandon Leake posited, and that's very true. I can say that from my own experience. And then the point Black Chakra made about how, you know, he was young, but because he was larger and he was black, obviously, people won't treat him as if he's a child. They'll like age him up. You know what I'm saying? I can relate to that in a lot of ways. I was really big growing up, not big in terms of like weight, but just height, right? So a lot of times I was punished harder than other kids who were older than me because I looked older. And being black on top of it, people tend not to see you as a child as often. They kind of like grow you up. They like adult you in their head for some reason. It's weird. Some of you who are black, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, these two things, I can definitely relate to both of them growing up.
Because of my weight, I looked bigger, thus older, and for me that was fine. But to a large amount of the world at 9, I became a 9mm, automatically seen as a weapon, both the boy and a Beretta.
I remember seeing 12 roll 12 deep through my street. Found a boy 3 houses down, put a silencer over his nose, muffled his bang, and that boy ain't ever been the same.
Oh my God.
When you're black, you're not a boy, you're a gun. Since 12, people engage me like a 12 gauge. I'm an assaulted assault rifle.
But what is a black boy to do when he's born with
a barrel for a mouth,
a ladder for a throat, a lineage full of rounds, and a heart hair triggered? Tell me,
how is he supposed to remain silent, swallowing those words like bullets and not die of lead poisoning?
How is he not to sear his esophagus with all these ominous thoughts growing more populous? It seems synonymous or monotonous. How this cycle continues is preposterous.
Whoa,
They'll end a black boy's life with a bang. They couldn't have made it more obvious how they armed him at birth just to discharge him at will. See, my neighborhood didn't have many dads, but it had forefathers, each one from a generation of old that knew the weight of barbells, jarred jails, far hells, and scarred cells.
Yo, Brandon, I'm sorry. Yo, he be stacking these rhymes, bro. Oh, but not only that, this is real, y'all. Like, I swear I'm not trying to be extra when I'm getting all hype and stuff. I get the message and it's hidden hard, but like, you know, I'm a sucker for bars as well. All right. Look, y'all, this is intense. This is intense. And this is a story that I don't hear being told too often. With the exception of a few lyrical artists in hip hop, it's not very often you see messages like this getting a chance to even get a Grammy in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So you might have people like Kendrick or J. Cole rapping about certain things from their past or what they've witnessed in cities they grew up in, stuff like that. Sure. But I mean, outside of hip hop, you don't really see that being discussed very much. Spoken word, y'all. Spoken word. We need to make it in the mainstream. And this is it. This is how you do it. The synchronized lines that they be saying at the same time, like that is so clean, y'all. Come on. We got to go back.
How is he supposed to remain silent, swallowing those words like bullets and not die of lead poisoning?
How is he not to sear his esophagus with all these ominous thoughts growing more populous? It seems synonymous or monotonous. How this cycle continues is preposterous. How they'll end a black boy's life with a bang. They couldn't have made it more obvious. How they armed him at birth just to discharge him at will. See, my neighborhood didn't have many dads, but it had forefathers, each one from a generation of old that knew the weight of barbells, jarred jails, far hells, and scarred cells, knew the way this world would turn black boy Beretta, deem us super predator, to make us easier to deal with. Because how do you disarm the boy you've weaponized? The answer is, you don't.
Bro, see, the fact that I finished that line, I've never watched this, I promise. The fact that I knew what they were gonna say, y'all, this is truth right here. All right, and so many, like, and what's so weird about this is I've never actually discussed this with other black men, okay? But I know it's a common phenomenon. You know what I mean? Like, you can just feel it. It's weird to the point where I resonated with the message without ever having discussed this with anybody. You see what I'm saying? Bro, y'all, come on now.
Black boy Beretta, deem us super predator, to make us easier to deal with. Because how do you disarm the boy you've weaponized? The answer is, you don't. You just dispose of the evidence and criminalize his character.
I look like a gun because I am the black down the barrel of history, staring you in your karma. At 16, police officers drove up on me and my friend, guns out. They saw no firearms, but our skin is a rebellion, our arms an armory, our youth a promise of war to come.
The only thing I'm carrying is my life, and that is dangerous enough. When you don't have a weapon, they weaponize your existence. They made a cross out of Christian, made a country out of lynchings, made a fire of our business. Because once this has happened, no one will hear the words that came out of his lips. They won't care about the life he lived. They will only see a trail of bullet cases, a pool of blood, and the one who spoke this into existence.
I am a bullet with tears, triggered at work, but fired for not smiling. So I'm constantly forced into silence or the ER. Either way, I'm a silencer.
If black people aren't guns, why does the internet feed me clips of my people being murdered? But the real question is, who is more to blame for the carnage? The gun or the one who manufactured it? All guns fit the description. Gun. Definition. Now, a weapon incorporating a metal tube from which bullets, shells, or other missiles are propelled by explosive force.
Typically making a characteristic loud, sharp noise.
So before I leave my house, I ask myself, how loud is the sound of my breathing? Afraid that my breaths will be mistaken for a gunshot.
Oh, whoa. Y'all see the two guns where they were? Oh man, this was so well directed. Oh my God. This was too good. Are y'all seeing the goosebumps here? Y'all seeing that, right? I'm not making that up. Y'all be thinking I'm extra sometimes. No, I'm dead serious. Like, this was insane. Okay, hold up. Nah, we gotta go back a little bit.
So before I leave my house, I ask myself, How loud is the sound of my breathing? Afraid that my breaths will be mistaken for a gunshot.
Yo, that definition part was insane. That was insane. And no wonder we gotta be like silencers.
Put his bang, and that boy ain't ever been the same. When you're black, you're not a boy, you're a gun. Since 12, people engage me like a 12 gauge. I'm an assaulted assault rifle. But what is a black boy to do when he's born with a barrel for a mouth, a ladder for a throat, a lineage full of rounds, and a heart hair triggered? Tell me, how is he supposed to remain silent, swallowing those words like bullets and not die of lead poisoning? How is he not to sear his esophagus with all these ominous thoughts growing more populous? It seems synonymous or...
Yo. This might actually be the best spoken word collaboration of all time, okay? Now, I have limited knowledge, even though, yeah, I'm a poet and everything. I don't have vast knowledge in terms of like all that there is in spoken word, but come on, this has got to be top 3 bare minimum. What? What is the rest of the album like? Okay, I'm pretty sure the album's out. If it is, check it out. If it is, I'll edit something here saying it is, right? God, this was special. This was special. All right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear it. Wow. And if y'all have any questions, if anything wasn't exactly clear that I didn't already explain in my reaction, feel free to let me know and I might hop into the comment section and explain some stuff, right? Especially those who aren't black but are allies for black folks. I would love for y'all to ask your questions. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed for not knowing. I'd be happy to answer them. Not like I have all the answers either. I only have my experience to go off of, but yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Brandon and Black Chakra, you two are phenomenal. Thank you for sharing your phenomenal art. And again, to you viewers out there, don't forget to submit to the poetry contest, the Youngblood poetry contest. I can't wait to see what y'all got. Finalists get a reaction from me on this channel. So just like I reacted to this poem right here, I'm reacting to the finalists, and the winner gets $100 worth of Poet Life gear. So Poet Life merch for free. By the way, I don't know why I didn't say this at the beginning of the video. I'm actually wearing Brandon Leake merch right now. I Am Poetry. So yeah, I got this from one of his events. He performed in at the Houston Improv. And I went and bought this afterwards and got to meet Brandon. That was really cool, you know? I've actually met Black Chakra too. I've said that in previous reactions, but yeah, I met Black Chakra because he helped my Poetry Slam team back in 2019 fix up our choreography and our delivery when performing poetry, you know? So yeah, these two very dear to my heart, really down to earth people. All right, thank y'all so much for watching and I'm out. Deuces.